Guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my channel. Today we are talking about another rifle chassis system from MDT. So thanks so much for hanging out with me on my channel. Let's dive straight into what we're talking about today. This is the MDT LSS chassis system with their carbine stock and their folding stock adapter, which is a very big deal. I want to talk a little bit about kind of what goes into this chassis, why I like the chassis, some of the things that maybe I don't like about it, and maybe where it would fit in with your arsenal or maybe some of the firearms that you already have. So to start with, just a quick overview of MDT. They are a manufacturer of chassis systems as well as buttstock adapters and buttstocks as well. And essentially, in a nutshell, what you're able to do is you're able to take a rifle that you already own, just like this Bergara 6.5 Creedmoor that I have, and you are able to purchase an aftermarket chassis or a stock. A lot of you people are going to look at this and say that this is a stock. This is a chassis system that the barreled action actually fits in, and they make these chassis to fit Remington actions, Savage actions, Tikkas, all different makes, models, and manufacturers that are out there on the market. They make it all. And what is unique about it is you can take a rifle that you already have, that you really enjoy shooting, it's accurate, you've already got it set up, and you can take it and make it that much better. And the great thing about this is, in my opinion, this is that bridge between a stock mass-produced rifle and a fully custom rifle. Maybe you don't quite have the budget saved up for a fully custom rifle, but maybe you've got a really good $1,000 to, you know, maybe they don't even have to be $1,000. Maybe you've got a $600 to a $1,200 rifle in your gun cabinet that you really enjoy shooting, but you just want to give it a facelift. MDT is the way to do that. Some of the reasons why you might be interested in shooting a chassis is because, for example, this Bergara, when it came from the factory, it did not have a M-LOK rail on the stock, and for me to get an M-LOK rail on that stock would require me to actually take the stock off, drill through the stock, tap it with different studs, tap it for the actual ARCA plate, and it's just it's a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. And if you're looking for that kind of advantageous ability to be able to be more on the custom side, you can get something from MDT where they've got the M-LOK rails up here on the front. So this has got a 4-slot, 3-sided M-LOK handguard, which is really nice because I've got the ARCA plate added up here on the front. It allows me to attach it to a tripod or a shooting system, lock it in, and then it is super stable. It is not going to go anywhere. So that's a really big feature, because if I'm going to invest money into a chassis or a stock system, I want to be able to take this thing, and no matter what my ARCA plate adapter is from a tripod shooting perspective, I want to be able to lock that firearm in there. Because if you're going, let's say you're going coyote hunting, or maybe you're going hunting out west, and maybe you have a small shooting stick or a smaller shooting tripod, it's nice to have that peace of mind that you can lock that rifle in there and you can really get down on that target and get good and stable with that ARCA. A lot of people on the market make it and have that feature in their chassis systems, but I think MDT does a really good job of incorporating the ability to add ARCA to any and almost all of their chassis systems. So there's one really great feature about it. Another great feature about it is, let's say you have an old school Remington model 700 with the old hinged floor plate. What this allows you to do is, specifically with the LSS, is it allows you to add a magazine. So now you have the ability to shoot a larger magazine, and this is an AICS style, which I'm a huge fan of from Magpul, and this right here holds 10 rounds. So you go from being able to shoot typically anywhere from 4 to 5 rounds out of that Remington Model 700 with a hinged floor plate to now being able to carry 10 rounds in this magazine. and you can carry multiple of these. So if you're going way back in the backcountry, you can carry 2 or 3 of these different magazines and you can make a swap out in the field. It's very simple to do, and that gives you another added value, in my opinion, to be able to have that magazine. And then all the way back through here, let's just keep working our way. You're able to add your typical AR-15 style grip. So any grip that you're a fan of that you can put on an AR-10 or an AR-15 will work with this LSS chassis system from MDT. So I'm a huge fan of Hogue grips. If you guys are not aware of, I'm not paid by Hogue. I don't work with Hogue. I buy all my Hogue grips that I own, but I absolutely love them. So being able to spend hours and hours and days behind our predator hunting setups where I'm running a Hogue grip, to be able to have that same fit and feel on my bolt action setup is a very big deal, because now whenever I shoulder this rifle, I feel even more at home shooting my bolt gun than I do with my semi-auto, which is a really big deal. So if you've got a favorite grip out there on the market that's an AR-15 or AR-10 grip, you're able to add that to this LSS system. And you're allowed to take this grip off, interchange it depending on if you want a fatter grip for maybe going to shoot some competition stuff. Maybe you want a thinner grip for if you're going to be wearing, you know, heavier gloves in the dead of winter. You want something where you can really grip it a little bit better, like the Hogue. You have that the ability to change those out, and that's a big deal in my opinion. On back to the buttstock. This is where I think this rifle really starts separating itself from other ones on the market. You are able to purchase a folding stock adapter from MDT, which is a very big deal. Basically, it just acts as a coupler between the chassis system itself and the buttstock. This buttstock is their carbine style stock, which is on the short, lightweight side of the buttstocks that they offer. Now, they do offer some bigger, more, I'm gonna call them, I don't want to say heavier duty, but they're more designed for that long range bench style precision shooting, which is not really what this carbine buttstock is set up for. This is set up to be a very lightweight, very maneuverable, and easy to function buttstock. So I really do like the feature that they have all of this stuff built into it. You have an adjustable comb height, which is a big deal, and then you actually get the adjustable inserts for the length of pull on the back of this. So that's a very big deal, because then you get not only a custom chassis, but you have the ability to customize that chassis system to work specifically with the optics and the shooter. So it is almost a built for you type of rifle without you guys having to pay for that built for you rifle. So that's a big deal. I love a budget friendly option that's going to give me very high value, and that's what this has. So the one thing I want to talk about on the negatives, and there's not a lot of negatives whatsoever, but the one thing I want to point out is I'll work my way kind of back to this left-hand side. This LSS system does not feature a built-in ARCA rail. So there are some chassis systems out there on the market where this handguard up here still has the M-LOK slots, but you have a built-in ARCA plate so that you don't have to have this adapter attached to this M-LOK section. That's one thing that I am personally a fan of. I really like having that ARCA rail built into the handguard itself, because it's one less thing that I have to attach to the rifle, and it's also one less thing that's going to cause this rifle to be slightly uncomfortable if I do take it off of the tripod. I do have this longer plate here right where my hand is going to go. That does not necessarily feel as comfortable as what a chassis system that has the built-in ARCA plate does, and that's just my opinion. A lot of people like the ability to take these ARCA plates on and off depending on their hunting and shooting situations. So I see both sides of it. My personal opinion though is I would like to see that ARCA rail built in, but some of you guys out there may say nope, you don't need that, not a problem for you whatsoever, and you're good and you're happy. So that's the one negative that I have with it. The other negative that I have behind it is, for me, I'm a 5'10" and a half guy, 200 pounds. I think that this is a very long length of pull. Whenever I get down onto this firearm and I'm shouldering this, I have all of my spacers taken out for my length of pull. I've got my comb height all the way down, and I've got this carbine length tube tightened as tight as I can get it, which means that this buttstock attached to this chassis system, I have it as compact as it can humanly or possibly go. And to me, I would like to see that length of pull just a little bit shorter, because again, this LSS chassis system is designed to be super lightweight. It's designed to be compact. It's not really designed to be these real big, long, bulky competition style chassis systems. So I hate seeing the beautiful chassis that's real short, compact, lightweight, but then when I put this buttstock on there, it just eliminates all the good that they've done by adding an additional 3 to 4 inches of stock that, in my opinion, you don't need. If it was my opinion, I would shorten this tube right here by 3 to 4 inches, and I would provide, let's say 4 to 5 additional spacers to go back here, and possibly figure out a way that this adjustable comb height can move left or right and up and down. Right now it only moves up and down. If you had that ability to shift it forward or backwards and then shorten this tube as well, that gives you 100% a customized rifle. And for me, this right here is just a little too long for me to feel comfortable on this LSS style chassis system, because I feel like it's designed to be short, compact, very maneuverable, would be fantastic in a deer stand or hunting kind of tight, you know, close quarter hunts or shooting situations. Now, I will say that the folding stock adapter does add some length to it. It's going to add, from everything that I've measured, it's going to add about 1 inch to 1.5 inches on your length of pull, and that is another negative that I've got, but it kind of ties in with the length of pull issue already. But other than that, those two and a half things are the only negatives that I've got about this entire setup. I love the lightweight functionality of the LSS system. I love the fact that you get M-lock rails on both sides and the bottom. I love the fact that you can shoot your favorite AIS magazines, which is really, really nice. And then you know, the grip, the stock, they're all built really, really great. There's a couple, 1 or 2 things that I would probably change about it. Personally, I don't think it's enough that it would waver me from making a purchase of this chassis system, because I think it's a very, very great budget-friendly chassis system. When you look at the market and you start shopping around on some of the other chassis that are out there, you can spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 on those systems, and MDT gives you this LSS for a very, very reasonable price, well below that MSRP of those other guys. So that's a very big deal to me. And then obviously, you know, the color here, I've got it in flat dark earth. I think they offer it in 3 colors: black, flat dark earth, and OD green. And they may add some different colors between now and then. So just reach out to MDT and they'll be able to tell you what color configurations this LSS chassis system comes in right now. But hopefully, if you guys are in the market looking for a specific chassis system, or if you're just in the market looking for upgrades to the rifle that you already have, hopefully this was the video for y'all. And you know, I really enjoy doing these reviews. I think that I'm going to enjoy shooting this LSS chassis system in the future. If y'all have got any questions about the video, if there's something that maybe I didn't go over that I could be, you know, more clear on or help you guys out on, drop a comment down below. I'll try to help out any way I can. And with that, thanks for hanging out. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subs. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.